So now they came out with a little news clip here talking about Mayor Eric Adams and how he's dealing with the migrant crisis. We're going to run this real quick, and then we're going to go to the next video.
Adams facing some tough questions this morning about the migrant crisis,
especially in the wake of the growing number of asylum seekers accused of committing crimes. Lizette Nunez, she is live in Midtown with the latest. Good morning, Lizette.
Good morning, Dan and Tashani. Well, the mayor says that past administrations, they have placed limits on how the city can interact with ICE. But given this recent violent wave of different attacks to police, well, the mayor believes some of these individuals should be taken off New York City streets.
People who commit violent felonies in the city, we should be communicating with ICE to have them deported.
Mayor Adams addressing a series of violent crimes connected to migrants in an interview with Fox 5. The latest taking place at the Randall's Island tent shelter last Thursday. According to police, a migrant got in an argument with security. As officers tried to remove him, video shows migrants throwing things at officers.
It is a privilege to be here in this city, and over 170,000 people have come to the city. Overwhelmingly, they're doing the right things, but that numerical minority that are violence and carrying out violence in our city, they should not be allowed to stay here.
The mayor also addressing questions surrounding the controversial prepaid.
So now I want you guys to again pay very close attention to how Eric Adams talks about this, right? When he's talking about these migrants committing crimes, he calls them a quote unquote numerical minority. Let me ask you guys a question. When it comes to black people committing crimes, is it a numerical minority of black people? Absolutely. There's not a majority of any group of people that commit crime. But do you guys notice how when it comes to the mainstream media, just, you know, your regular 1776er, or when it comes to any of these politicians, regardless of on the right or the left, they talk about us in different terms. If you all watched Bill Mayer's show, he had Ann Coulter and Van Jones on there, and Ann Coulter came with a lot of potato salad with raisins in it and mayo splaining, and Van Jones, you know, he just kind of sat there, you know, didn't really have too much to say. And Bill Mayer, who actually believes and is more in line with the thought process of Ann Coulter, acted like he was, you know, outraged by the statements that she made. You guys should check that clip out if you get an opportunity. I don't think too many people did any reaction or content on it. She was talking about the oppression of white people because, you know, I guess there was a late release of the Kansas City shooters' identities, which is interesting because, you know, those people are probably going to get prosecuted and probably go to jail. But she didn't talk about how unoppressed that woman who stabbed her boyfriend 108 times and is not going to do a jail sentence is, and compare that across different cases to see how many people like us have been relieved of, you know, any type of prison sentence or jail sentence after a deletion. It's just interesting the way that these things work. And it's also interesting how people choose to not go heads up to directly confront this type of nonsense when it's put in front of them. Makes you wonder. It makes you wonder a lot. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down.
Debit cards that will go to 500 asylum seekers. The city issued a $53 million no-bid contract to Mobility Capital Finance. Questions have been raised on why there weren't attempts to see if there were any better deals.
For emergency procurement, you can do no bids. This has been done before under previous administrations.
The Adams administration believes the pilot program will help cut down roughly $7.2 million per year in migrant-related costs, as well as help eliminate food waste, since many migrants don't eat the food provided at hotels and shelters.
Each migrant will get about $13 a day, so it's not automatically $1,000 as it has been reported.
The money placed in the cards will allow migrant families to buy food and baby products.
It's supposed to go to only food and baby supplies. If it's abused, we would take those cards away.
And in total, the mayor's looking to cut down 20% of migrant-related costs. Meanwhile,
now here's my question: they're claiming that he's gonna shut down 20% of migrant-related costs, but I disagree because the information that I have that's going to come up shortly is going to debunk a lot of those claims. I want to run that back for you guys real quick, and shout out to everybody that's watching. We got 22 people watching. If everybody could take a moment, give me a thumbs up on the video, that would be great. I would definitely appreciate that. Also, please share the video to your social media wherever you're watching from. We got 22 people watching and we got 16 likes. If we can get those likes up to 30, that would be excellent. All right. So I want you guys to pay very close attention to Eric Adams' claim about these cards.
The money placed in the cards will allow migrant families to buy food and baby products.
It's supposed to go to only food and baby supplies. If it's abused, we will take those cards away.
How are they going to do that? How are they going to trace the cards and where the money is being spent if they're giving them to untraceable people? That's my question for you guys. If these cards and the money from these cards are going to people who are untraceable, how are they going to trace where the money is going? Somebody help me out with that in the comment section.
And in total, the mayor is looking to cut down 20% of migrant-related costs. Meanwhile, immigrant advocates believe this.
How do you cut down the costs when you tell people that you're going to give them cards that have money on it? How do you cut down costs when you're renovating buildings and building up migrant shelters? How do you cut the costs?
This plan doesn't go far enough because they believe just food prices are just too high right now, and $13 really won't get migrants enough. That's latest here in Midtown. We'll send things back inside.
All right, Lizette, thank you.
So this $13 number that they're talking about is as far as those food cards go, right? The food cards will total out to $13 a day.